And so, I mean, I'm thinking they've all got to be body snatchers, right? First, you have the president say, if you don't like it, go back where you came from. And now all these weebs want to invade Area 51. It all makes sense. See?
It kind of does actually. You know what? I think you might be onto something. You might be onto
Math.
something. They want to
Yes,
find. They want to
math.
break in and get themselves one of those fucking like spaceships and shit and get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. They want to recreate that one scene from Independence Day, but the good one, not the new one, which was terrible. No one would ever want to actually ride in a school bus with an old man like that.
The first
But
one was awful too. Let's not beat around the bush. Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Hump Day Saints midweek. Hi, I'm
hi, I
back.
think I'm hi, I think I'm real. Your movie sucks. Wait, no, the hair. It's getting to me again.
The hair's getting to you. Me?
I couldn't put it up today, but the head is overheating. It's hot and it's moist.
I don't look anything like
Up
Hi,
top.
I think I'm real.
Well, I mean, I can look like old high. I think I'm real.
Yeah.
No, wait,
You can.
that's Justin Wang. Sorry, hold on. There we go. That's the old high. I think I'm real.
There you go. Much better. Much better.
Better beard though. Most cases.
Do I know how to talk? No, I don't know how to fucking talk. I can barely talk like anyway as it is. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Fuck.
Yeah, he's still recovering from VidCon.
I am. I had an idea of what maybe was wrong with me, but I was wrong. No, I got sick. I got like a sinus infection the last day. And as that was kicking in is when I was coming down from very strong hallucinogens in the airport. And I spent 12 hours in airports trying to get home, too. That was wonderful.
I can't say I regret not going this year
Why?
because I didn't get lost in an airport high on acid for 12 hours.
Well, look, listen. It was really, really good acid. Like, wow.
All right. Anybody can, like, if y'all can hear that AC and it bothers you, write to the complaints department, care of Ben Pye at Drunken Peasants, and make sure to send them all on Friday when he's decided he was going to do a Friday show. Thanks, Ben. But y'all know where you belong,
Yeah.
right here, in the trash barrel, with the rest of us.
That's right. That's 100% correct.
Yeah. We had a
yeah.
fun show, I thought.
Did you?
I think so.
I didn't
Yeah,
get a
I'm
chance.
pretty sure.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I mean,
Did y'all have fun on Friday? Was it? Did you have fun? While we, what did we do? I know there was more Mustang Patriot work going on. That man is tireless in his
Mustang Patriot.
critiques of the news. Yeah, Mustang Patriot 95, man.
We salute you.
I just wish that they could I wish they'd let him put his his preferred profile pick up, which is quite naturally a picture of a mid 90s Mustang, just like every other geopolitics expert on the internet.
What the fuck?
You never noticed that?
No.
No, it's the weirdest thing I noticed. It's like, it goes hand in hand with like the hashtag Patriot, hashtag MAGA 2020, hashtag MAGA forever, hashtag. They almost, if it's on YouTube, if it's not both their banner and their profile pic, it's one or the other, and on Twitter, and it's always some picture of a really boring car, usually like a mid 90s Mustang, parked on a lawn, and they thought, this will get the ladies going.
I've always had this problem where like, on Tinder, it's pictures of dudes posing with big cats, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the girls are on mountaintops.
Yeah.
In short shorts.
Yeah. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand why these patriots and their Mustangs and these Chad bros and their fucking I posed like the first thing you want to convey is like I once went and was in a close proximity with a tiger. Wow, shit, that tells me all about you. What the fuck? Or look at this thing that I purchased with money.
Why are you sawing now? Dickheads. Sorry.
Mm.
They're doing maintenance work on my building because they're preparing to kick everyone out and sell it, so.
Oh.
I want a Photoshop so I can get back on Tinder and all the other dating sites, but I want me Seriously, I'm gonna have to hurt someone. Maybe. Oops, I'm sorry. I bumped you like a pet dog while you're trying to drink some coffee. Oh my God, was that all of your fingers? No? There we go. Yeah, but just me, shirtless, ripped and six-packy like I am, riding on the back of a lion with my monster can in the air and an Adidas visor on. And I'm gonna put that up on Tinder. And I'm gonna say, I can rock your world and many others. And they'll not get that I'm speaking about being like an interdimensional warrior, and they'll just think that I'm a player.
Maybe you should just like explicitly say that you're an interdimensional warrior.
I'm an interdimensional. I will rock your world in multiple worlds, babe. Ha.
I actually really like this idea. You know what we should do? We should
Tinder.
We should troll Tinder. We should each individually troll Tinder and see if we can. I mean, it's kind of like ripping off an Elvis the Alien idea, kind of, except we're doing it on our own just to have fun.
I did that shit in the early days of Plenty of Fish, because all you needed was an email address to set it up. So I set a lot up once I had to work on the UNH campus. Yeah. Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
Never made fun of like the desperate, obviously desperate type of chicks. But like if it was the duck face kind of girls,
right,
or if you had the MySpace angle,
right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Chester had some words. Couldn't wait to take you out. Do you like kebab? I hate kebab. So I guess we don't have that in common, but hey, there's plenty more to talk about.
Yami with some biddies says, how are my 11 boys doing? Hope both of you had a great day today, as I enjoyed mine as well, playing Conan with Red. Stream my adventure of getting an ingredient. Funny is, by the end of the stream, I am armorless and bloody, so it was a good stream. Jimmy Crunk tossed some biddies at us, thank you very much. And Yami says, me and Jackie met on Plenty of Fish. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works for people, it works for people. The only time I met anybody from a dating website was Gothic Personals back in 2004. And
back when somebody could have the name Gothic Person 2004.
Well, I went on a couple of dates with this really, really, really pretty Chinese-born goth chick, and she had a profile picture of her in boxer shorts and a tank top with a bloody doll wrapped in a coat hanger between her legs. And I was like, that's perfect for me. That's great.
Yeah. That's classic. That's wrapping up is optional, and if you knock me up, I'll just blast that shit with a coat hanger. That's a keeper.
Relevant to my interests.
What happened?
Oh, it didn't work out. She got back together with her ex-boyfriend. We made out once really drunkenly while feeding each other hot wings. It was actually one of the most erotic things that didn't lead to sex I'd ever done. I still, to this day, have ever done in my life. So, it was a great experience. It was a great memory all around. But,
sexual itis.
Dude, it was just really hot and heavy, making out, just sauce everywhere, and just feeding each other chicken and, sucking on bones. Oh, man. And then it didn't go any further than that. But, yeah.
Well, you know how I've got that phrase I like to use for most of the women I come into contact with, broken as a Soviet sedan?
Yeah, that was her. Yeah, she was bent.
Oh, yeah, no, I developed that after, one of the closest things to a successful OkCupid date I ever had. So check this. So she was 4'11", perfectly, beautifully proportional, redhead, natural redhead, pinkest nipples you've ever seen, and truly, genuinely broken. Pretty sure she'd been, this is her saying it, pretty sure she'd been touched when she was young, couldn't really remember, kind of shrugged it off, insisted on calling me daddy, wanted an open thing so that she could periodically go down to Massachusetts so that she could hook up with some dude in his 50s and a prostitute he'd find on Craigslist, and then they would have a fun old time in the hotel room before she'd ask me if I wanted to see pictures, and I would resoundingly say, no thank you. A lot of fun sex, but the crying, especially during sex, was a bit of a turnoff. When she finally broke it off with me, I was relieved. I felt like a caseworker who'd just decided to surrender this impossible case to a better caseworker and never talk to them.
That's fair. I see
Yeah.
Minecraft in the chat. I got to meet Minecraft. He is a fucking great dude with an excellent mustache.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is, but hello.
Yeah, he watches our show all the time.
Oh, sorry, Minecraft. Sorry, I was thinking like some streamer dude.
Yeah.
You say I got to meet Minecraft. I'm like, oh, is that like meeting like Joey Salads or something?
Well, I did meet a lot of different YouTubers I haven't met before, but like, you know, it's
Yeah, I saw you got to meet God of Cringe. That was pretty awesome.
Yes, I did. Yeah, Memory yelled at God of Cringe. That was pretty funny. I got to have a really fun breakfast with Chris and Elvis the Alien. Elvis is a very sweet guy. Really, really nice dude. Cool
I
guy.
can know him.
Hmm?
I'm familiar with the name. I don't think I've ever seen his stuff.
Oh, he does really, really fun, good stuff. He was cool. I met I Am Alex.
Yeah, he's gotten into some trouble recently.
He did, and like it was really funny because and met Justin Wang, met like a bunch of people, but it was really funny because Wang was like touting me as like the guy who knows how to survive controversy, and I'm like, I'm just some fucking dude, right? That's it, man. Like, it's not a big deal. He's like, no, you figured out how the fuck to do this, dude. Like, everybody's terrified. I'm like, why? Just don't give a fuck. Don't feed the shit. Tell people to fuck off. Just write it out. It doesn't last forever. It's fine.
Yeah.
And apparently that for like a lot of big YouTubers, they were like, what's your fucking secret, dude? Holy shit, how do I deal with this? I'm like, I don't know. Get drunk. Don't respond. Keep your mouth shut. Keep working. That's all.
And then revel in the Schadenfreude when your enemies inevitably get what's coming to them.
Yeah, it's a really good feeling too.
It is, because I mean, the thing is we like to pretend we're different, but in truth, we work in media, which means we're as petty and bitter as any actor or agent you can imagine.
That's one thing that you learn going to VidCon is people are all pretty much exactly the fucking same. Just as plain and basic and broken and, full of interesting stories, but,
I'll say it was a bit of a trip seeing, like, head-to-toe pictures of Billy the Fridge, which you don't see that often much outside of events.
Yeah.
My God, that man is trimmed down.
Yeah, there's, like...
He's going to
like
be
a
William...
third the size.
Yeah, he's going to be, like, William the Coleman Cooler soon.
Yeah, and he did not do it through surgery, he just did it through sheer determination. Like, I'm really proud of Billy. He's been kicking ass. So I'm really happy for him.
Did you get to meet Apology Video Kid, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no. I met Apology Kid Video.
That was genius.
Yeah. I ran into him actually when he was hanging out with Jax Films. I don't think Jax Films recognized me from the year before. Maybe he was just busy. I don't know.
I think we need to convince Viacom to start doing yearbooks.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the rest of this is like high school anyway. So
my God, that's a brilliant idea! Oh my God, my VidCon yearbook. Holy shit.
Everyone can run around getting people to sign them. And then A.G. Luck can wonder why all of his signatures are him forging them.
I was really nice to him.
That's good.
He wanted no. I was really nice to him in the most barest minimum way, which was when he wanted to apologize to me, I explained very simply, I don't want none of your bullshit at VidCon, and I don't give a fuck. And he looked really, really nervous, and I did not go to every big name motherfucker I knew and told him how much of a shithead he was. I didn't do that, and so he actually got to associate with people, and so you're welcome, dickhead.
You deserve to be the new pope. Except, well, no. That'd be still kind of creepy. Maybe the next Dalai Lama. He did say that he wants the next Lama to be thick.
I was not, however, a saint at VidCon. I did take every opportunity to tell every big-name, huge-ass YouTuber with millions of subscribers exactly how Ian Miles Chung tried to swat Andy Worski and get him killed. I did do that. Because you can't block me from doing that, man. So, That's all right.
I was personally really excited to see that big long list of guests that you got to agree to be on the show. Then I woke up and realized I fell asleep on the couch.
It's, you know what's funny? I did the same fucking thing that I always do at VidCon. On the way to Anaheim, I'm in I Think I'm Real's car because he came and gave us a ride. And I'm like, all right, I need to do some recording. So I had Memory record me, and I set up my audio recorder and everything. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite show. A man catches a ride in the back of I Think I'm Real's car. Previously on this segment, we went to a cancer ward and almost committed several hate crimes. This time, we're going to VidCon, and I just kind of like went through and did a funny bit, and then I did a funny outro bit, and I was like, great. Now I'm going to fill the middle up with all sorts of footage and pictures and shit, right? No, not one video, not one picture.
Nobody gets anything done there.
No.
I mean, the fact that I streamed for 7 hours making food, that was probably the most content that was made in 2018.
I'm pretty sure I talked up at one point in a blackout, both Elvis the Alien and Leon Lush, how I needed to be their spiritual guru as Hemlock Moonwolf. And I think I kind of remember them being like, yeah, we could probably do something like that. That'd be fun. And then I just didn't pursue it. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to hang out and drink. I don't want to work.
It's like Will Smith passing up the Matrix all over again.
I don't know, man.
Well, I had an uneventful week. Quinn was off with her relatives, and I realized that I am I've like so quickly adjusted to dad life that bachelor life again feels so strange to me that no, it's not good. I actually I woke up the day after she left and realized that I'd done all my laundry and vacuumed my carpets, and then I was looking around like, this doesn't feel right. It shouldn't be this clean if it's just me here. It just doesn't feel correct. But now she's back, so I'm back to letting things go.
That's good.
Badly.
Well, I mean, whatever. It's fine.
And I got a mouse on Prime Day, so I think our weeks, our stories were kind of comparable.
Well, to be honest, man, the thing is, like, you've been to VidCon twice, and this is my third. I think you might be, if you did manage to go this year, I think you probably would agree with me by, like, okay, this is how I feel about it. Sure, it was epic, but it's epic in a very kind of specific way that, honestly, I'm just not really that super impressed with. It was nice meeting people, and it was nice seeing my friends, but I don't really want to give that much of a shit about VidCon, and I think I'd rather just try and make trips to go see people.
Well, one thing I kept seeing, I even saw Memory tweet out that basically it felt something like a Nickelodeon trade convention.
Yeah.
And I was just like, called it.
Does Viacom own Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. Like, because there was Nickelodeon shit everywhere. And yeah, it was fun. It was great. And it was really nice meeting people. Like, I Am Alex is a really fucking cool guy.
That was kind of how it. That was kind of like, I didn't get into the convention last year.
Yeah.
But I remember last year it had a distinctly annoying preteen trade show vibe to it.
It really did, yeah.
Yeah, where these cutesy vloggers, hey guys, those people, where they basically
right.
They're penned up by these executives with security teams in these little booths, and they're monitoring traffic, and they're like, okay, deploy deploy the annoying blonde one, and the annoying blonde one goes walking hey guys, and then this monsoon of prepubescent harpies just swarms, Zerg rushes them and trails through this area, leaving a wake of devastation. Yeah, and a bunch of deaf millennials.
It's basically exactly that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's pretty.
I should write a horror novella about something that is clearly not VidCon, because I don't want to get sued by Viacom.
One night at VidCon.
It's TubeCon, 2019.
Yeah, and
I
it's
can still hear the screams, see the bodies trampled beneath the light-up shoes.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's really gross too when you're walking along and like there's definitely like some preteen thoughtery going on. And it's very troubling. Very, very troubling. You're kind of like, is there
Well,
like
these are,
something more to this or
I mean, who's that really like annoying Nickelodeon one who has like the asbestos makeup out? Where it's like
Oh, fuck. I don't remember what their name is.
JoJo Siwa. That's right. Thank you, Olive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though, I mean, keep in mind, like it's an entire generation growing up with people like JoJo Siwa and James Charles and the Paul brothers as role models.
Oh, sure.
Because mom and dad are both on really strong career paths, assuming they're still both in the picture.
Right.
And, we just don't have time, but, watch JoJo Siwa. She'll teach you how to apply lead paint as eyeliner.
I did have a very good time cracking Austin Jones references at Leon Lush. That was pretty good. Not directed at Leon, like Leon's like Austin Jones, but because of all the we were commenting on all the preteen thoughtery going on.
Yeah, I would have had trouble resisting the urge to keep up that trend, but only to the point where it got really uncomfortable for whoever I was making those jokes to.
I did that with propositioning Weibo Jones. Well, it was just a joke, but like I kept the joke up until she was like, yeah, but my boyfriend. I was like, no, I know. Okay, all right, the joke went too far. That's fine. All right, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up now. It's fine. She's a real sweetheart, though. She's great.
Seriously, like that boyfriend though, he cute, like cute, open-minded. And
I
cute.
thought about trying to push it that way. I was like, fuck it, it's all right.
I still like my hottest tweet from the week was honestly when you two went down the slide and she's like, we finished together. I'm like, aw, it's the only time Jeff's ever gonna hear a woman say that.
You were not the only person who made that joke either.
I was the first.
I don't think so.
Shut the fuck up.
Yours is the most successful.
Exactly. I'm like Bob Hope. Doesn't have to be my joke. It just has to be known as such.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was all right. I don't know if I'm gonna go back next year. We'll see. I'd rather just do less Nickelodeon shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a nihilist YouTuber convention called VidCon.
VidCon? All is nothing and nothing is all.
And no one will show up and it'll be just fine. Because it doesn't really matter. Where is it? Somewhere. Nowhere.
Vicky says, hi guys. Sending hugs and kisses to my favorite YouTubers. I've been enjoying older episodes of Saints, and it's given me a new perspective. Thanks for putting out great content. Love you both. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You got a perspective from that stuff? I'm so sorry.
It was interesting.
That'd be like contemplating philosophy while waiting in line at the DMV.
Here you might go to England. There has been a lot of talk about me heading over that way at some point, but it also depends on if I'm gonna do anything in January, because like if we do Vegas in January again, you have to come this time.
Depends what I got going on.
We had a lot of fun.
I know, but fun requires money.
Yes, it does. Fun does.
Money requires a career.
That's true. Oh yeah,
I'll go back on food stamps.
You going back on food stamps?
Yeah, hopefully.
Is that a career?
For some people.
True. That's true. That's all right. Yes. No. Europe at some point. I think that'd be great. I want to see it before I die. I've never been.
Don't forget your road flares.
Have you ever been to Europe?
Huh? No.
No. Okay.
Only country I've ever been. The only country I've ever been to outside of the U.S. was Aruba.
Aruba?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you get to Aruba?
I was younger, and this was back when, for the younger viewers, we used to have these things called malls, right? They were full of stores. It was like Amazon, but they were physical. You could look at stuff. But in the middle, you remember they'd always have those like, hey, fill this thing out. You could win a free pool or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck, and I knew my phone number. So, yeah, fuck yeah, I signed up for those things. It turns out the pool was bullshit, but you know what? You had an opportunity to win.
A trip to Aruba.
No, the chance to enjoy a timeshare conference where you could then get a trip to Aruba. And
No, no
I got my
way.
parents. Yeah, well, no, I mean, this was back when like my dad was a computer engineer, so he was making good money and not paying taxes. So with disposable income, and yeah, my parents got a timeshare. We did the White Mountains once. That was great. I got really, really high with the mountain staff. Mind you, I was 12 at the time.
Nice, nice.
And then we went to Aruba. And here's the crazy story about Aruba. No, I went to Aruba when I was 12. I went to the White Mountains when I was 11. So I'm 12 years old in Aruba. My parents really just want to go down to the beach, find someone to sell them some coke, and have a good time. Like their 30s aren't that, quickly escaping them.
Right.
And so my mom convinced me. She's like, "Why don't you go into town there? Maybe there's an arcade and some kids you can meet up with." Because I'm just being like angsty preteen, like, yeah, this is pretty. What am I gonna do with myself? So I go into Oranjestad. Like the whole island's 14 miles. Most of it's desert, and then there's some like tin roof ghettos surrounding this one bright, glitzy downtown strip with casinos, bars, clubs, you name it. So I decide to head up there as the sun's going down, and I find myself getting welcomed into one place after another. I end up at this place called Carlos and Charlie's. It's this bar like by the docks, and I'm sitting there, and I've got this fake Zippo from Spencer Gifts called, it says Stoned Again on it. And this dude walks up to the bartender all hammered. He's like, "Man, you got a light?" And the guy's like, no." So I'm like, "I got one." Dude takes his, like, "Oh, cool, man. We'll have to meet up sometime." A couple days later, after I'd met up with what turned out to be the island's second biggest weed dealer, who, when he sold me the weed, he's standing on the corner. He's like, "Hey, man, you look for some weed?" My hair was about this long at the time, so it's kind of obvious. I'm like, "Sure, yeah." I'm like, "I got $20. He said, enough?" He's like, "Okay, yeah, man, put your hand out." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "No, put both your hands out, man." And I'm like, "Okay." And then he grabs them and spreads the fingers so it's like a full plate. Reaches into this giant trash bag beside him and just starts stacking the freshest, dankest shit I've ever had in my hands.
Yeah,
It's like a pile. It's a pile like this high at that point.
Oh, sure.
He's like, "Is that enough?" I'm like, "No, you're right. Hold on. Here's some more." He's like, "You want a bag?" I'm like, "I'd love a bag." He's like, "Okay." And he tears off a piece of a different trash bag and just ties it up like a little knapsack. And I've just got this big sack of weed now. Wow. We hung out a bunch. I smoked a bunch, gave a bunch to my dad. And so then I'm like sitting, I got this one joint, I want to smoke it somewhere. I'm too stupid to realize, like, American tourists can mostly do whatever they want. No one's going to care. So I'm like, I see this dude walking by, and he's like, "Hey, bro." And it was the guy I gave the light to. So I'm 12 or 13 at the time. And I'm like, "Hey, I got a joint. You want to go smoke?" He's like, "Sure, cool. Let's just go to this little alleyway here. Okay, cool." I'm lighting up. He's like, "So, what, are you here with your family? How's the trip going?" "Ah, that's great. All right, awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, cool. What brings you down here?" He's like, "Oh, you know that big old boat in the docks there with all the guns and shit on it? The big orange and white one, the Coast Guard thing?" Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, that's me and my friends. We're here busting people with drugs." "Can I run?" He's like, "Nah, dude, light this shit up. Come on." Spent the rest of the night getting me drunk and trying to convince me that in like what he thought was another 4 years that I needed to join the Coast Guard. Because he's like, "Man, it's great. I got a wife and baby back home. I'm slaying pussy in all these islands. And you know who's taking care of my family? Bill fucking Clinton. That's who." Oh. Went back a couple years later, got recognized by that same weed dealer, even though I'd cut all the hair off, looked completely different. The guy looked dead on like Dave Chappelle, except he had a thick Caribbean accent.
Right.
He's like, "It's you, man." I'm like, "Hey, bro." He's like, come with me, come on, we gonna get high." So we get into the elevator in the mall and just ride that up and down, clam baking the elevator, and then finish the joint sitting on a bench in the middle of the mall. And a cop comes up. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, dude, it's the popo." And he's like, "I should sit the fuck down." And he's on, I pay him, don't worry. Cop comes up, he's like, "Hey, where's my money?" He's like, I'll have it. And he's like, "Motherfucker ripped all my plants out last time I didn't pay him on time." I'm like, "Oh, that's sad." Just keep smoking. It's like, yeah, keep smoking.
That's
I love
crazy.
that island.
Yeah.
And so never let anybody tell you that there's no value in a timeshare. And if you're interested in a timeshare, I'm going to have my email in the description of this because I really need to branch out and diversify.
Ooh, boy. All right, I have to open up the fucking back door to get some fucking like airflow in here. I'm starting to bake. It's like this is turning into an oven. Give me a second.
Cool. And then we'll get to the news. Right in the news. What about my plans on going to Europe? I don't even have a passport pronoia paranoia. I need a passport, and I plan on getting one. And then I'll need money to get to Europe. But I have lots of friends there. There's a Russian girl I know. Well, actually, a German one too. And there's one in Poland. But all the same, there's lots of places for me to stay. All I need is a Euro pass and a passport and some money and a plan. Other than that, I'm all set to go. Yeah, yeah, Jeff has back door. When he said he had to open the back door to get a little airflow in, I was thinking like he'd recently had a colonic, but it was still stinging a little bit. He went with the saltwater option. Don't go with the saltwater option. See, I had a plan, Mal. I had a plan. My plan was I was going to go from Boston to Cork, Ireland, where my friend owns a house in the country. Then from there, I was going to worm my way up Ireland. And I was like, I had plans to like go meet Dave Cullen and a few fans of mine from Ireland, pop over to Scotland, see Dankula, make my way down through various parts of England to London, where I could hook up and meet up with, among other people like Robin Gething and Randomer Cam. From there, pop over to Belgium, drink Belgian beer. From there, go up to Amsterdam, get really high and sleep with a prostitute. And then from there, jump over to Germany, where I know no less than two very nice Frauleins who would be more than happy to put me up, one of whom is the same one from that Vegas story. And then from there, Poland, where I'd meet up with this really cute Russian with a shaved head, and then she'd show me through, like, Central Europe and then into Italy.
Just taking my fucking pants off.
That would have cost 10 grand. I don't have 10 grand.
What, you were thinking about going to Europe?
Oh yeah, I had a plan to do that for a while, and I still got the plan. It's just now I'm also like full-time dad, so it's not like I could take like 2 months off to go on a sabbatical to Europe.
I mean, you could, but it's a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, I can teach Quinn to cook for herself and shoot anybody who she doesn't know who's at the door. That should be fine.
True.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Just load up on Coca-Cola, just like stockpile Coca-Cola and Cosmic Brownies here. She'll be fine.
She really will. It'd be totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just relax.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's all fine.
Just relax. Just relax.
Okay, Metal Dooley, my friend's house isn't actually in Cork, but it's to the, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Cork is in sort of the south. Yeah, it's the southernmost city, if memory serves. And this is to the country out in the west a little bit.
Bam. My circle link.
Oh, cool. I was going to say if you could figure out a way to make it so that when I come back in the trash can, then instead of just popping in, I kind of like rise up like, yeep.
I could, yeah.
That'd be a worthwhile waste of time.
Whoa.
Hey guys, guess who? True Oscar the Grouch, you know?
Yeah.
For when they do the adult live action reboot of Sesame Street directed by Rian Johnson.
Fuck. That's coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Totally is.
All right. Larry Kubiak says, since you missed last Friday's show, Jeff, you got some suffering to do. Here's some jazz punk from Japan. So that mouth can suffer too. Welcome back, Jeff, and much love to you both. Much love to you, buddy. Make sure this is all set up correctly. It is.
Yeah, but
all right.
Metal Dooley, if I'm not mistaken, though, I think that the part of Ireland that it's in is like in those kind of like the parts that look like fingers reaching out to America.
Ryan Renaruduru. What? What?
Oh, I was just telling the audience that this was basically almost akin to what Jeff was hearing while he meandered in the airport high on acid, even though there was actually no music playing.
No, 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 no. You know the sound in like horror movies when they zoom in on the on a bug zapper? That very atmospheric thing. It's kind of like that, but times 1,000 and perpetual.
Sounds like fun.
No, this sounded like Hi, I Think I'm Real's car. Every time he tried to get us back to the motel, but he's too busy listening to fucking K-pop or some shit and like keeps missing the turns. Thank you for the ride, buddy, but Jesus Christ. Is she having an epic gamer moment, or am I hearing that wrong?
You're hearing it wrong. You know what this reminds me of is that scene in Children of Men. He's like, "Oh, you won't mind a bit of Zen music then."
Yeah, yeah.
This is Japanese Aphex Twin.
Okay, yeah, this is good. This is great. Me of like late 90s experimental scene where people really didn't know where the fuck music was gonna go after grunge, and like electronic music was kind of making like a swing back.
It was like Bjork's heyday. Because I mean,
Yeah,
watching this, I was kind of like, okay, is this like what happens when like Bjork tells a band what to do with her voice when she's feeling experimental? So
right.
she just like takes a tape recorder like she's Mike Patton. She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then the guitars go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the bass is back there, and the bass is good. It's a very Icelandic sound going. I
can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, just real quick, have you ever seen that famous interview where Bjork explains her television?
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember the punchline of it, but
An
yes.
Icelandic poet told me that the image is made up of millions of little images, and your brain will get overwhelmed by all those millions of images that it knows you're seeing but won't tell you. But then I found out later from a science friend that that's not how it works. So the lesson is you shouldn't always listen to Icelandic poets about technology.
Yeah, yeah.
The fuck? You are still my favorite person, Bjork.
She's so
You hear
cute.
that, Quinn? I like Bjork better than you. That's right. I said it.
band. Yeah, the sound just stopped. What's up? Yeah. Okay, so I went and saw this band. I was freshly dating this really nasty gutter punk bitch, and all of her friends were very strange, nasty gutter punk, spooky goth people. And we went to this house party where this band was playing, and we went because her best friend was really good friends with the lead singer, whose name was Chains. Now, Chains, you would think would be like this really mean-looking guy, but no, he was like 90 pounds soaking wet, and he looked kind of like a skeleton, and he wore an oversized trench coat. He was friends with this other guy who seemed a little bit beefier, wore glasses, had a mostly shaved head except it was starting to grow out a lot, and a big poopy dreadlock that came out, just one. And then they were hanging out with this really, really overweight chick wearing nothing but like white lace, and it looked like white gauze and lace. And so we go there, and she sits down, and she has a saw. You know, somebody playing the saw. Yeah. The other guy, the beefier guy, comes out completely naked except covered in flour and his bass guitar.
As you do.
And they start playing, and it makes no sense, and it sounds absolutely terrible. And then out comes Chains, and he's wearing like just his regular punker clothes with this green trench coat on, except he has fake grapes. Like grapes on the vine, but fake, that like you would steal from your grandmother's like decorative bowl. He has that like lashed to his face, and he gets up on the dining or the coffee table right in front of the band and just goes for 25 minutes straight. And that was the whole show. And people were dancing. People Nick.
Well, I mean, it's back in the time when you could just get away with doing literally anything and calling it experimental.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
I gotta say, though, I was wondering when we were watching that video, do you think Japan has any of these, like, frumpy, sex-starved, back in the day when my people were great kind of folks, like we got, you know, here in the Save the West world?
Oh, I don't know.
Who look at shit like this and say, we were once a samurai, and look at how our culture has become a decadent with the Guinness.
Probably. I just like the fact that you pronounced it Japan.
Japan. Yes. I should have said Nippon. That way the weebs, all three weebs in the audience would be like,
Good for you.
Right.
Good for you. Good.
Cliff will haunt my nightmare. Well, I'm glad we could help, Wrath, because if there's one thing we don't want anyone leaving here with, it's dull nightmares, like your teeth falling out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was really weird. It was very strange, and I'm still upset about it because I had to fake. I wanted to get laid. I had to pretend that I thought that was like magnificent. So I had to make up a bunch of like postmodern commentary, or I don't even know what I was saying. Like, you know, it was
the grapes was really. I felt like between that and the flower, the entire thing was very much a sort of like a strawberry tart made out of grapes.
You see, the way he emoted with his rampant gesticulations represents the struggle of modern man trying to interface with all of the complexities and the dumbing down of corporatist and capitalist society. Wow, yeah, I didn't notice that. Yes. You may touch my penis now so I don't have to keep talking. Fuck.
Like, what do you think, Jim? I think at least two of you got kicked out of art school.
Yeah.
That's right. What was I just thinking of? Oh, well, it's gone now.
Yep.
Let's talk about Tennessee's drug problem.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Because I'm just happy that this is an actual thing we have to worry about in this day and age. Tennessee police warn not to flush drugs down the toilet for fear of creating meth gators. Yeah, all you Fallout fans, you know what to do. Word to the wise, don't flush your meth down the toilet. Of course not. Do your meth. Take your meth and smoke that shit. That's the lesson of tonight's show. That's a warning coming out of the Loretto Police Department in Tennessee after investigators said they caught someone attempting to flush methamphetamine along with several items of paraphernalia on Saturday. The department advised against disposing of the drugs, including pills, via the sewage because when you send something down the sewer pipe, it ends up in our retention ponds for processing before it is sent downstream. Our sewer guys take great pride in releasing water that is cleaner than what is in the creek, police said. Do they?
Do they really?
Do they though? Yeah, do they? I'm sure. Like I'm working at working at the Loretto, Tennessee sewage plant. Just call Mama up and let her, Mama, I got the job. What job? The sewage plant, Mama. Oh my God, hold on. Your brother got the job. Your father'd be so proud. Yeah, but they are not really prepared for meth. Hey, Gato. But in addition to birds, officials said, meth birds?
Meth
Meth birds? I'm all for it. Officials said if the water headed far enough downstream, it would create meth gators in Shoal Creek in the Tennessee River in northern Alabama. Then why do you care? It's Alabama. Respect
Got any
states.
meth? Give me some meth.
Respect that state's sovereignty and give me that meth, huh? They've had enough methed up animals in the past few weeks without our help.
Wonderful.
They're just being neighborly. So if you need to dispose of your drugs, just give us a call. We will make sure they're disposed of in the proper way. We'll send them to Florida where the state patrol will plant them on people he pulls over for ordinary traffic stops. I'm in favor. I'm in favor of meth gators. I'm sorry.
Wait, why? How are you in favor of meth gators?
Because think about this. If enough people flush the meth and a bunch of Viagra down into the sewers and we get a bunch of horny-ass meth gators, think of how easy it'll be for me to pick the news items for Wednesday's show.
Okay, you're not wrong. But
I'm thinking picture here, dude.
he's
big
so
picture.
cute.
But he's also really high.
He's so cute.
Science, bitch. I'm a bit of pond hopping, but banging on my windows and glass door is not cool. He's
Gator
just
estimated to
rolling
be
up.
7 and 8 feet low. Oh, there he is. Aww. He's just
He's
being friendly.
Adorables. That's the thing. Alligators are really misunderstood. A lot like meth heads.
That's right.
Olive saying meth is just ratchet Adderall.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. But I can't concentrate. I need my meth.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, though. I am, for one thing, okay, guys, I'm gonna let it's a little behind the scenes magic you're gonna get when it comes to me making this show. So in about roughly 10 to 15 minutes, that it takes me to have to find these news items for us to fill up time. One of the sources I like to go to is increasingly becoming nothing but really dumb lottery stories and really dumb animal stories. I want animal stories where the animals are on drugs. I want lottery stories where the winners fully pledged to spend their $50 million megabucks on crack cocaine.
That would be
and
wonderful.
Hookers.
That would be
This
wonderful.
It's what I expect of modern America. And frankly, all we're getting is a bunch of screeching squad girls and a shit ton of racists. Let's get on with the meth gators already. All right, for America, for
That's
a better America.
Can this be a thing? Can we just have this, and it will be a thing?
Yeah, I'll put up with the rest of y'all's shit, no problem. If you give me the meth gators, do we have a deal?
Where I want to see if this will pop up in the right way. Will it? No. Damn. Okay. Hang on. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just fucking do this here. Somebody mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it reminded me of this.
Oh God. No, that thing.
Yeah, by Jim will paint it. Teenage Mutant Tina Turners. I thought that was a brilliant painting. It's
I
great.
like it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I didn't pay close enough attention when I scrolled past it because I thought it was just another like odd complaint about the new Ninja Turtle. I can't wait to see 30 videos from the Quartering about that one.
Is that actually a thing? I thought that was a joke.
Well, I mean, I saw a comic panel where like a woman, like a human female becomes a Ninja Turtle because she gets blood transfusions from Leonardo, which they should have fucking known about because goddamn toxic ass creatures. You're not Meth Gators or nothing, but you know
They're
you're
radioactive animals.
Yeah, they're fucking radioactive turtles. What grew to the size of frat boys?
It's IDW Publishing is probably not a joke. Oh, so it's comic book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of dumb. Well, you know what? I think the Quartering actually has every right to bitch about that because he's actually a comic book fan. He might actually give a shit about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics. I mean, everybody knows he doesn't care about She-Ra or Captain Marvel, but he might be a hardcore Turtle fan, maybe.
You know, I should personally be offended if they fuck that up because that's one of the few good things outside of G.G. Allen and Adam Sandler and Sarah Silverman and the Alarm Clock to come out of my state. Oh wait, we also made The Tick.
Thank you for that, by the way. The Tick is wonderful.
Well, you notice, like most good things, though, none of it ever took off or got popular until it got the hell out of this wretched little hellhole.
There you go. So after this next article, we'll probably be pulling people in, so hop into the waiting room, and we'll talk to you guys here in just a little bit. Our next article is...
Well, do you want to go with that one, or do you want to go with the next one and save the funny ones for the other folk? That third one.
Sure. The third one is pretty spicy. Okay.
Yeah.
Italy seizes combat-ready missile and automatic weapons stash and raids on far-right figures.
Ruh-roh.
Italian police have seized a large arsenal of weapons, including an air-to-air missile, and raids on neo-Nazi sympathizers, they said on Monday. Elite police forces searched properties across northern Italy following an investigation into Italians who had fought alongside Russian-backed separatist forces in eastern Ukraine, a police statement said.
Who would have thought a ground war in Europe would lead to weapons getting all over the place?
Who knew? Who knew? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. 3 men were arrested, including a customs officer who was previously stood for parliament for an extreme right party. During their raids, police discovered a French-made Matra air-to-air missile that appeared to have once belonged to the Qatar Armed Forces. Subsequent checks showed the weapon was in working condition but lacked an explosive charge. That's clever. So wait, hang on. Let's think about this again.
Do you know what that missile looks like?
What?
The dump I'm gonna take after the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't explain to you guys, by the way. This show is a race against time because I decided to take some laxatives before we started just to see how well I could make it through. You're welcome.
So let's think about this. These are Italians who used to fight in Russia, one of which is a customs officer, and they have a Qatari air-to-air missile. Oh, and they're neo-Nazis.
Yeah. That's multinationalism right there. I'm just glad somebody's deciding to finally stand up to these cuck globalists with air-to-air missiles, and they're like, great, all we need now is a plan, a Heil Hitler, yeah?
Police
wait, why did you not get the ground-to-air missile, huh? Why you get the air-to-air missile? Do you know any flying Italians? I don't know any, huh?
So, police said suspects had tried to sell the missile in conversations with contacts on the WhatsApp messaging network. Among other weapons uncovered were 26 guns, 20 bayonets, 306 gun parts, including silencers and rifle scopes, and more than 800 bullets of various calibers. The arms are primarily from Austria, Germany, and the United States. Police also seized Nazi memorabilia from the properties. The police investigation came into being because of the activities of some Italian fighters with extremist backgrounds who had taken part in the armed conflict in the Ukrainian region of Donbass. More than 10,000 people have been killed since 2014 in fighting between pro-Russian separatists and Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine.
Mama, I'm gonna go fight in the Ukraine.
Oh, why you gonna go and fight in the Ukraine? Vincenzo! There's a cheese to be made.
Mama, The globalists are coming for my memes, mama. I gotta go fight the globalists.
I gotta go fight the globalists
We're gonna make it to the Mediterranean great again.
By being an Italian, embracing a German ideology, and purchasing weaponry from the Middle East to use in northern. All right, you know what? Fuck.
Maybe it wouldn't be a Black Sea if we just took our heritage seriously.
Jesus, shut up. Oh my god. No. Oh my god.
The great thing is, too, is, you know what? We're going to have to request a review on this video when it gets to YouTube so that they can monetize it so that Japanese band can get money and my whitelisted SJW cuck jokes will stand.
That's right.
Listen,
right.
Jeff, I'm sure there were heavily armed people on both sides, okay?
You're welcome. I'm sure.
Fane.
You're welcome. My centrism intensifies. Fuck. All right. Let's pull somebody in. Heads or tails?
Babaloo. Oh, we only got 2 in there.
Yeah.
I got a coin right here. It's gonna be call it in the air.
Just tell me what it is.
Call it in the air.
Just tell me what it is.
Oh, it's a heads or tails.
Which one was it?
Tails.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, Yami.
Hello. How are you guys?
We talking in Italian accents, Yami. How about the
This is what do we do now? How is your Italian accent?
I'm from the fucking north. I can't do Italian worth jack shit.
Sure you can.
No, I can't.
Sure you can.
No, I can't.
Anybody can do Italians. Ray Liotta's ex-wife approves of this.
No, I'm too white and close to Canada. So.
You gotta please for me try.
Don't. Oh.
Just pinch your hand like an Italian. It makes it 10 times easier and be like, pizza pie.
Yeah, smack your hand like the bad guy lady in that one Schwarzenegger movie I can't name. Remember that? Figures out she's the bad guy because he sees her in the mask doing that.
I'm trying to make sure Jackie doesn't see this because this is gonna make it twice as awkward.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's my favorite flavor. Call up Domino's. Yeah, give me extra cheese. Make it extra.
I want my pizzeria.
That's
oh my God,
great.
that is so racist.
No, that was so good. That was so awesome.
I'm literally dying right now.
No, that was
I'm
great. You did a good job.
I know, but I'm dying on the inside.
Man, I got to
we're
hear.
all dying on the inside. That's why we're all here together.
I got to hear I Am Alex do an American accent. That was pretty good. He was like, oh, I don't know how you fucking guys do that American accent. It's bizarre. And Chris Reagan's like, fucking do it, dude. He's like, hi, I'm American guy. I'm looking forward to VidCon. Hello. And turns around and walks off. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's that Stephen Fry version of how we talk here in the American.
Yeah, it was great. It was super great.
Wow.
Accents are awesome.
That kind of reminds me of Jackie's 30th birthday, where we had our British friend over. He got so drunk he sounded American. It was very scary.
Nice.
But he managed to get himself home, intoxicated, but he doesn't remember how he got there.
In England?
No, he lives in the U.S. with us.
Oh, okay.
He'll sometimes go over to England where his sister and his family are.
I was about to say, like, he got so drunk he was talking American-like, and then he blacked out and woke up in England.
That would be an amazing story.
Well, I still love how, like, my favorite is honestly got to be Bob Hoskins. God rest his soul. But yeah, I mean, like, he's in all the King's Men playing, like, this, like, you know, character from, like, deep country Louisiana, and he's like, what are we gonna do, Huey? How are we gonna do this?
Yeah. He sounds like he's from fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah, he just, like, he really got into the role of Mario, and then he's like, oh, so this is how all Americans talk.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right. Also, you guys shitting on POF. I met Jackie through POF. How dare you?
Oh, Plenty of Fish? I wasn't shitting on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, I just shit on the people who were on there. That's all.
Oh, so you're shitting on me and Jackie then?
Well, listen, I mean, maybe if you women were into taller guys and you were all shitting on short men all the damn time, I wouldn't have a career. Wait, shit, that's not me. That's someone else.
Yeah.
No, I just hated Plenty of Fish because of the interface and because whenever I try online dating here, I just think to myself, wow, if I could convince 4 of these women to be in a harem with me, I could call it a ranch.
Okay, story time. So,
Oh boy.
I during my college years, I was living with my roommate who I met through college,
Mm.
and she kind of forced me to go on Plenty of Fish because she wanted me to get out of the bedroom because all I spent was in my bedroom doing college work.
Get out
And
your bedroom and into somebody else's, am I right?
right. Not even 3 days later, I only liked Jackie's picture. That's it. And well, after she liked my picture, I liked hers and then messaged her only 3 days after creating my account. And she had hers on for like nearly 3 years. So it went from messaging to texting to going on a date. And ever since then,
Okay.
so.
Well, hey.
But what's funny is she thought I was spam because I was technically copying and pasting most of my responses from countless of emails that I've had from different guys.
Bravo. No, I'm just glad to hear Bro Team Pill didn't steal that because there's a beautiful video of him just trolling OkCupid, and at a certain point he just gets lazy and starts copy pasting dudes' responses from horny old men back and forth to each other.
Oh dear.
Oh, you haven't seen
Oh
that?
wow.
Oh God, no. I mean, like, and like, just he made it so obvious too. But he was like in the about me section. He's like, I'm looking to get hitched like a tractor in a hay parade.
Wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like don't. It's like what are you answering the questions? Like, what are your feelings on abortion? Oh yeah, no. If you could just blast all in me, and if like that shit don't work out, I'm just blasting that shit right out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But that first date we were originally supposed to go to Olive Garden, but we went to Applebee's instead and stayed for like 5 hours.
Really good bloomin' onions.
Well, I had a salad, but I think she had like a burger or something. But I was the first one who kissed her in front of everyone, so
In Applebee's?
yeah, yeah, in the middle of Applebee's, right around closing time. It's okay. She told
like
me
that
later that
song.
she was.
It's like that
She was-
song that's about closing time, and you want someone to take you home.
Oh, she took me home. So
Now, well, no, I'm just hoping that at least one of you two.
Sorry.
It's gonna play for the rest of the night in your head, and you're gonna wake up tomorrow and hate me. One of you, someone, maybe the audience members.
oh, I could never hate you, Nick. I could be slightly annoyed with you, but I could never hate you.
I'll take it.
Okay, fair enough. But it
Ooh.
also turned out that Jackie, while I went to use the restroom, she texted Doug Jones, because at the time that him and Doug were kind of like still in communications. He doesn't communicate as much anymore, but that's because he's busy with everything. She texts him and goes, "I'm on a date with a beautiful woman." He texts back, "So why are you talking to me?" And I get back, I'm like, "Oh, who are you texting, Doug Jones?" I'm like, "Wait, the Doug Jones?" And that furthered our conversation. It was, I love that night.
Mm.
Who's
And now
Doug
8.5
Jones?
years. Doug Jones is the same guy who played the Silver Surfer, Abe from Hellboy.
Oh,
He's also in, I think, one of other horror movies, but he's also on Star Trek Discovery, I think.
oh, he's the guy who always gets put in like weird fishy alien makeup.
Yes, yes.
Ah.
He-
I only ask because I grew up with a kid named Doug Jones, so it's like the name
Not
John Doe. I can't hear the name John Doe without thinking about somebody I actually know by that name.
Yeah, I mean, 8.5 years later, and we're still together, and I'm really happy.
Well, congratulations, Plenty of Fish. You just justified keeping your domain name.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know.
It
I
actually
know
makes
so many
sense.
people want them to like fund our wedding. I'm like, no.
And by the
Nah.
way, fellas, if
No.
you're wondering why the beautiful women aren't responding to you, it's because you're a dude.
Well,
Should probably fix that.
Yeah.
Well, Jackie was originally born a dude, so she's going through a transition.
Well, Ella Grant was originally born a dude too, and she is a 70s bombshell.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
fellas,
Fair point. Fair point.
Barbie, she's all new and all different. Did you see that video of Ella Grant's?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god! I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop laughing, and my dick wouldn't go down.
See, that's also, I mean, I think it comes down to where you are and like, because I mean, like all of the jokes I make about online dating,
Mm-hmm.
around here they're true. Like,
oh, I believe it. I've
yeah,
had some
it's like a
interesting-
Greyhound station at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I grew my nails out. I give really good back scratches. Oh yeah, apparently you give really good arm and neck scratches too.
Oh god, I could never like I inherited a little bit of my older brother's trait. He bites his nails, and sometimes I'll rip mine off, so mine never grow. So
I actually I used to be horrible at that. I through very very conscious effort managed to break almost every single one of my my bad habits, like my OCDness, my chewing on my fingernails. It was rough, but I managed to do it.
Aw, I'm sorry. Hi, babe.
I'm almost there. I just need to stop making YouTube videos, and then I'll be free and clear.
And impregnating people.
I only did that. It only came to term once.
What? How do
Nothing.
you impregnate and then came to term once? How does that
Well,
work?
Well, there's a lot of options. I mean,
The
you
vacuum.
know, those stairwells can just pop out of nowhere, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I'm sorry. No sane person would use a vacuum. All right? No one.
Yeah, use a
And if they
dust
did-
buster.
A dust buster?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jackie, help me. No, don't wiggle away.
You just use a bike.
Jeff, love
pump.
you.
Aw, I love you.
He says he loves you.
So the yeah, no. Let's dodge all the abortion jokes. So aside from abortion, what other terrible
Dodge
things
the
do you
abortion
like?
Jokes like Nick dodged all those bullets, huh?
Like, oh
Jeff,
wow.
I love you more than Jessica.
What? Oh, you bastard!
Oh,
Over here! Get over here! I know where you sleep.
are we gonna hear
Ooh,
a
it sounds-
spanking?
This is
Ooh.
gonna show up on Cops.
Like we would ever be on an episode of Cops.
These ladies don't sound like PBR people. I think we're fine.
Yeah, I mean.
Fine,
if
I'll do it
anything-
myself.
Ah!
Are you gonna be the cop, Nick?
Ooh.
Because if you are,
Okay.
you're probably gonna need backup
This went in a really fun direction, real quick. Okay.
tonight on the cop when Twitch streams get real.
Do you have a dog I can shoot?
No, I don't.
No. And I'll kind of take away from the realism then.
Yeah. I mean, we live in like 6 stories above our apartment, so. Yeah.
So they don't allow dogs. Okay.
No, but we got plenty of cats and birds.
How about young black men?
All right.
I'm
Anyway, so
sure-
Yami,
Yeah.
is there anything you'd like to shill, share, promote, put out there for us?
Other than I really love Jackie, but I'm probably gonna murder her tonight.
Okay.
And of course my Twitch. I'm trying to set up a good like schedule.
Mhm.
Since I like streaming after work and mostly on weekends, but the problem is I accidentally told Dieter, I'm like, I'm gonna be streaming, and he's like, I don't know how I feel about other people promoting their streams. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. So I'm trying to figure a good schedule that doesn't, interfere with Dieter's and your guys's
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no
And
worries.
don't worry
I
about our
like to be in between.
yeah, and don't worry about our schedule. It's sort of like a running gag that no one does.
Yeah, actually, that's very true.
But I care. Don't
Well,
I count?
And we appreciate that. Just hope you're here on Friday too.
I'm always gonna be here on Friday.
all right, we love you, Emmy. Give Jackie a squeeze, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right?
Oh, I'll be sure to give a good squeeze.
Okay.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Aw, sweetie pies. Absolute sweetie pies. Okay.
They'd never make it in Seattle.
Why?
It's only for Seattle's only for sweet boys.
That's true. That's actually pretty true.
Oh, and from here on out, we will be stealing every single one of their bits until they're no longer doing Friday shows.
Who?
DP.
Oh no, I know. Like actually, so that's funny. I got that sinus infection right as I was coming home. So yesterday, I was sick as a fucking dog. I was even worse the day before. I mean, I was like hacking up shit, feverish, sweating in my fucking bed. Like, it was awful. And Mems and the kid are still all fucked up. But he wanted me on DP yesterday, and I guess he had to cancel it. I don't know. He had to he had to cancel it, and then he messaged me and he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, we canceled it. We're just gonna do it on Friday." And I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a day. I'm gonna give him a day to think about it and see if he remembers.
I was just thinking we should really. I was just thinking we should really get affiliate links for the Brave browser. Don't you think?
The funny part about it is he did not remember. So this morning I was like, "Hey man, you know I appreciate it, and I love doing DP, and I'll do DP anytime you want, anytime on short notice, because I believe in your show and I believe in you and I love doing it. Except on Wednesdays and Fridays, because after having moved our schedule 5 times to accommodate other shows, me and Nick aren't moving our show anymore." And he wrote back, "Okay, ... Yes, okay.
Oh, yeah, well, when I was on last week, like when he was plugging the Brave browser, I was taking note. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, whatever, man. I'm down. That's cool.
Yeah. Actually, Ben Trout is in the chat, and I was like, "Yay, Nick remembered!" And I'm like, "Yes, I remembered now, Ben. Listen, these wheels, they keep turning, but the gear ratios really big. So it's kind of like, it's not like you're getting a Subaru off the line here. It's more like long haul trucking from a dead stop. Take a while.
I do absolutely love. I love Ben, but it sucks, dude. It stings sometimes when it's like, look,
it's almost like people have forgotten about our show.
Yeah. We just do it for fun. Whatever, man. They don't want.
Yeah, for fun. It's not for money or anything. No. Prestige. Being recognized in my library.
Hey, it's Mouth. What's up, Mouth?
Not much. Let's see if my actual fucking shit holds up, and I'll get booted in 2 seconds.
Your good old fucking shit. Man, I love good old shit.
Hey, Mouth, how do you feel about Area 51?
That was a crazy Saturday.
It's repetitive?
Oh, wait. The real Area 51 is a club here called Area. I was being a smartass.
What were you thinking of? Because was there a movie that I'm forgetting?
No, literally, there's a club here in Salt Lake called Area 51.
Oh.
I was being a smartass. Wasn't that funny? Don't laugh.
No.
If you laugh, I'll fucking kill you.
That's too bad. You'd think like somebody who could actually get somebody who could get the rights to that name for their nightclub, like you'd kind of hope that like they'd do something with it.
I'm kind of. Oh, you know what this made me think of? I kind of hope they do some sort of theme with this whole raid meme going on.
Oh, we're a bunch of kids in like.
Raid us.
A bunch of kids in there. It's like, hey guys, it's Area 51 raid night, which means come on down to the club in your best Naruto cosplay.
$5 off everyone who does a passable Naruto run. And Tyrone will smash you in the face with a block of concrete out back. Fucking weeb.
It's just a bunch of like invisible clotheslines. It's like, yes, you can dodge bullets, but can you dodge fishing line? Nope, apparently not. Well,
You dodge
so
fishing line, you dodge a ball.
if you can dodge a fishing line, you can dodge a ball. 500,000 people have signed up to storm the military base. A conspiracy theorist says hold alien technology. They can't stop us all, it says on Facebook. All meet up at Area 51 Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry, says a bunch of people who've never made an entry, coordinated or not. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. It's like they gave up on finding vaginas. Naruto Run is the unique running style of Naruto Uzumaki, the star of the Japanese anime series nobody gives a shit about anymore unless you're trying to make a meme on Twitter.
No, there were quite a few preteens who were wearing Naruto headbands at VidCon.
I said people, Jeff. People. Not the doomed.
Mouth, you ever fuck an alien?
No.
How about somebody who kind of looked like an alien?
Well,
I was catching some serious hesitation there.
Are you
under an NDA?
You never really know.
Are you under like a gag order? Like a federal judge is like, well, you successfully broke into Area 51 and fucked one of the aliens.
The ladies I'm with are usually under gag orders.
Yeah, they just let you go because they didn't want to admit that their security sucked, but they also knew that like you wouldn't want to admit what you did there because they have it on video.
Somebody's asking Olive's asking how this meme came to be. I can tell you that honestly. You see, Jeffrey Epstein is about to get yet again in court for his pedophile island and his pedophile Lolita air travel. So because of that, the way the media works is that they're trying to instill us with either some sort of controversy, like the president saying extremely racist things or people getting hoity-toity about it, or really fun, ridiculous things like trying to raid Area 51. That way nobody will pay attention to the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was in prison for 13 months. Was in prison for 13 months. During that time, the only time he actually was in the prison was when he was asleep. They let him out during the day so he could go work, and also, as it turns out, we just found out the other day, rape more kids during the day. And also the reason why he had that sweet deal so he could rape people while in prison for raping people. Oh, these are kids, by the way. The person who got him that sweet deal is now in Trump's cabinet as the labor secretary.
Well, he was. He stepped down.
Well, he did. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, there's some accountability there.
So that's why this meme. That's how this meme came to be.
Well, you got to remember, Jeff. Like that's true, but they didn't have the go-to. I don't think it's time to release the McRib yet, and I think McDonald's is kind of running low on ideas.
We were right in between. We were right in between meme sandwiches. Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is they can't.
I know it's a Bill Burr joke, but
they can't.
Valid.
Well, Mouth, they can't release the McRib because the thing is, the McRib is made of the children that that outgrow Jeffrey Epstein's business model.
Right.
Can't exactly like send them back to their families. And remember, all these people are connected. It's a big triangle.
Well, we can pretty much assume any girl that actually got smuggled to his pedo sex island is probably dead and buried long time ago.
Probably. But I mean, listen. I mean, were they born into wealth and privilege? I don't think so. They wouldn't be whores if they were.
And then it's their own fucking fault. Fuck it, whatever. Right?
Exactly. They just need to stop being poor and getting raped by old men.
Yeah, you pull yourself up out of your bootstraps.
Exactly.
Anyway,
he paid you hundreds of dollars.
So one time I had this really, really terrible threesome with a stripper that came home with my partner, and
I was drunk, Jeff. Sorry.
Yeah. No, she acted like an actual legit space alien. So I kind of think that they're real only for that one encounter, because I don't think it's possible for a human being to be that bad at sex. Yeah. And they were a stripper. It didn't make any sense.
I could say I've had sex with at least two demons. One who fucked like a demon. The other one just turned out to be so evil. And I still can't shake it for my sins.
This is not mango. This is pineapple. And no, it is not organic.
You know what I've been listening to all day today?
You listen to
Patrice
what?
O'Neal.
Oh, Patrice O'Neal.
O'Neal advice on women is fucking hilarious. Because
Oh,
like
sure.
some of the shit he does or that he says makes like a little bit of sense in the sense of like, you know, don't be like Mr. Pushover nice guy. But then there's like so much shit that he says that's just so hilarious and fucked up. It was, dude. You know what I'm talking about? It was one of those. It was one of those days where you just went down a rabbit hole and you just listened to shit. Like
Patrice O'Neal is
one
not a
fucking-
bad rabbit hole to go down. Patrice O'Neal is like the world is a darker, less funny place, and it takes itself entirely too seriously because of the void left by Patrice O'Neal's passing.
I miss that fat fuck. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite. I remember is like Kevin Hart's interview on Joe Rogan when he was doing his bit, and at some point Patrice just threw a phone book at him from the audience. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "Read that shit." Why? Cause it's funnier than this shit you're doing now.
That is pretty fucking good. Yeah.
Couldn't even let anybody else upset without having to point out how terrible they were.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's had a couple conversations where they talk about that, like him and multiple comics, where it's like, you want somebody who's like the most shit talkingest, like, oh, for the love of God, please let me get a break and have him move on to somebody else's person. It was fucking Patrice O'Neal. He sounds like the kind of person you want to hang out with, and then the minute you start doing it, you're like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
They're like, I'm not allowed to do this. Patrice was allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to do this.
There's a lot of things that rich people are allowed to do that we're not because they have a lot of money. Kind of like, never mind, I'm not going to bring up Epstein again. It's fine.
I think.
What's on your mind today, Jeff? No, I don't blame you, dude. That's just fucking sick. And to my detriment, I got to admit, like, one of the reasons why I feel kind of bad being, like, out of touch with quite often, like, it just kind of trickles in through social media and the people I know.
Sure.
Because I realize that, like, I do that thing that a lot of us do. I just kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, sure.
I have the philosophy, like, yeah, stressing about it and getting upset about it doesn't help anything, but at the same time, it's like, you know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is probably the thing that I think is most important, and I really want to press on this because I don't think a lot of people have a very healthy attitude when it comes to it, because we have to be honest with ourselves. Really horrible things happen every moment of every day. Like, there's a woman, that really young girl, she got her throat slit up, and that dude like tried to kill himself, and everybody's like really upset about it. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's awful, that's horrible. But in the world today, there are between 20 and 40 million slaves. Hundreds upon hundreds of children, or hundreds of thousands of children every year are shipped across international waters, most of them to be abused sexually and then murdered. Like, shit like this happens all the time. Now, the thing that's really unfortunate is that when people are able to do this because they have a certain amount of wealth and privilege, we're never going to actually see any justice for it. Epstein's not going to go to a hypermax security prison where he's going to get butt raped to death. That's not going to happen. Any of the rich-ass people who were taking part of any of that, they are never going to see any form of justice. And we have to accept it. But the thing is, the really uncomfortable thing that really honestly every single human being should be duty-bound to do is to at least bear witness to the fact that these things are happening and that these people do get off doing it. That's the bare minimum.
I would add, though, I mean, anybody who can actually get themselves to do that should also recognize that, like, one of the greater tragedies to this is also the fact that so many of the people with prominent voices, the thought leaders of our thoughtless age, tend to take and latch on to facts such as people being enslaved, child sex rings, rich people getting away with raping children, all of these things. Mm-hmm. And the most important thing on their minds, which they feed to their followers who are so burned out from the constant flow of noise and nonsense that comes their way, is which one of my political enemies is more responsible and culpable for this, and how do I defend the people that I like? Because a video can come out today of our president partying with this person, and we already know that Clinton loved flying on his jets. Yeah. And yet we try to figure out between those how that makes one party or the other worse, while completely ignoring the fact that the rich and powerful people who we are goaded into supporting one way or another by genuinely vapid talking heads in front of C920s with Yeti Blues managed to find a way to make one side worse than the other, and that's the issue, because the child rape is just, that's a side story.
That's an
What
incidental.
really matters,
That's an incidental. What really matters is which one's the worst one.
which party is at fault here? Is it, where do the slaves come? Or, oh, well, it's Islamist slaves. Oh, well, it's not all Islam. Yeah, but those are the worst. Why? Because. Haha. Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just that's the thing that's been on my mind lately. I'll stop being a Debbie Downer now. I'm just fucking drives me crazy.
I'm personally just happy that a bunch of Instagram influencers are trying to get photo ops in a toxic lake.
You know,
That brings me back up.
That does. That brings me back up pretty well too. We'll talk about that in a minute. Oh shit, mouth fell out.
Oh, sorry, Mouth.
Here, let me get it back. Hey, Mouth. Sorry, I didn't see that you fell out. We were just babbling.
Oh, you're fine. I was actually going to wrap up that thought by saying, you ever have those random moments where you just randomly think, you know, someone's probably getting their head eaten by a fucking wild animal right now, or
Oh yeah.
you know, someone's probably getting cold-bloodedly murdered in a back alley, or some
Oh, yeah.
woman's probably having something really horrible happen to her, like right there. And that shit bothers me, and it bothers me that that's where my brain goes. But I think maybe that's my brain trying to kind of balance that.
I don't think there's
how I
anything
kind of-
wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think about that shit all the fucking time too, man. All the time.
You
Yeah,
know,
I wasn't saying there's anything wrong with it. I was going to say maybe that's my brain kind of balancing that whole, how we filter out that shit for days and days, and we try not to think about that stuff. I think at least the way my brain works is like subconsciously I realize that I'm not thinking about that shit, and my brain's like, you know, something tragic and horrible is probably happening right now, and I go, oh, fuck.
but you know what
Yeah.
else?
And then if
You know what else? You know what else is probably happening right now?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say what else is probably happening right now that you'll probably never hear about though, is some like hungry motherfucker on like his literal last legs who's at the end of his rope considering jumping off of a fucking bridge, had someone just randomly decide to get 2 to-go orders instead of 1, and then just drop it off with him so he could have a pretty decent meal. Or somebody else actually finally got the approval for the sort of perhaps public aid that they needed today, so that they can actually get into a home that they've been waiting for years and years and years, and them and their kids can have a place to call their own. That shit happens too. Remember that.
Yeah. And I try to be that guy. I should really do it more. I don't like to just walk up and just give change, give money. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes when I see people who are begging and obviously having a harder time than me, I won't even, sometimes I'll ask them what they want. Other times I'll just go buy them food and be like, hey man, here's food.
Here's the
Because
thing.
You make a good point. You never know when that small act of kindness that you do could save somebody from wanting to kill themselves that day.
Here's the thing. I've been homeless, and a lot of people misunderstand like what homeless people really need. You know, like I'd be sitting there on the sidewalk in a sleeping bag, and like some people look at me and they'd be like, oh man, that kid needs like a cup of coffee, he's cold. Some would look at me and they'd be like, maybe he's hungry, maybe I should get him something to eat. Some people think, oh well, maybe he's just looking for drugs, maybe he needs some booze. But really, if you really want to help the homeless out, what they really need, oral sex. That's what they want.
I was gonna go that direction, or the really heartwarming, like somebody to sit down and actually talk to them. So,
No! Ew!
Right, hashtag
No!
hashtag hobosexuals. Where are you at?
You pull out that dirty ass dick, you pop it right in your fucking mouth, man. That's what you do.
It's like, hey bro, I'm not gay, but you look like you're having a hard time. Come here.
Yeah. Or you explore that cave and avoid making as many Indiana Jones jokes as you can.
I like
Wow,
the idea
there's
of giving them a pack of socks, and
Where
then
else?
sucking their dick.
Like, where'd all these? Honey, I know you've been out here for a while, but why do these look more like vines than? Never mind. See?
Wait, Olive, you're selling your bathwater? Really? I'm not making the is it organic joke. Because it's too easy. So, Mouth, what do you want to shill or share or promote?
Somebody completely undeserving of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Epstein. What? No, shit, fuck.
Yeah, you know what? Let's all get to. How about instead of raiding Area 51, we just get like 50,000 of us together and we all take turns butt fucking Epstein against as well. How's that sound?
I like this idea. Let's make this a Facebook event.
Let's rape Jeffrey Epstein.
He can't stop us all.
The U.S. Marshals can't stop us all.
That's right. That's right.
It was nice watching you guys on Twitch while it lasted.
Whatever. It's fine.
Listen, one person we can be sure never flew on that plane is Lord and Savior Jeff Bezos.
We're gonna Naruto that ass. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's right.
Just spread it open and just have like 5 weebs in a row. Just lined up. Never mind.
You shave your head, you take your shirt
Like a
off,
door.
you grease up your dome and your shoulders, but you keep your arms out and you keep them dry so that you're making that wedge formation as you just right up in that shit.
Plow into it. Yeah.
I'm not doing it because this hair makes me money until I cut it.
I think you just accidentally described a lynch mob.
I think that'd be classified more as a mass gang rape.
Oh, Mouth left. Okay. Bye, Mouth. Mickey Ficky says McRibs are yuck. Changed my mind. No, they're gross. They're really actually
It's McDonald's food.
No, not all McDonald's food is gross.
Yeah, the filet of fish is pretty dope.
It's weird. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't. I don't know. I'm kind of eh.
Well, I think it depends on how they fry it. Because if they over fry it, it comes out too crispy. If they under fry it, it comes out soggy. But when they get that perfect spongy, crispy thing, and the cheese is placed right, and they don't decide to like literally dump half of the tartar sauce on there,
then it's actually pretty good. Yeah. I agree with you. And like their burgers, I like Big Macs because I think their burgers are only good with Thousand Island. Other than that, I don't like them.
I mean, I'll say Sam, the cooking guy, taught me that he took their burger sauce a step in the right direction. So you go mayo, ketchup, a bit of mustard. You can use dry. You put some fresh chopped pickle in there, not relish, but fresh chopped pickle.
But actual pickle.
Some salt, some pepper, and a bit of, I think he uses cayenne. He uses chili powder. You mix that up, that's your burger sauce. And by the way, guys, and he taught me this too, all praise to Sam, the cooking guy, but when you make burgers, don't form them into patties. You form them into balls. You put the ball on the grill or the pan or whatever, and then you smush it down and it makes a patty, because that's how you distribute the fat correctly. Rather than making it airtight, the little bubbles fill up with the liquid fat as it heats up, and that fat boils inside of the burger and saturates into the rest.
Okay. All right. I'm digging it.
Also, don't refrigerate your butter, savages.
McDonald's breakfast is really good too.
Yeah, it
kind of saves your life. Yami said Jackie really loves you guys. And sorry for our adorableness being on a Twitch. Okay, not sorry, but I love it when Jackie does her spontaneous shenanigans. I'll ask if you do break down the door. I demand the handcuffs and a paddle. Oh, and we demand you both in uniform.
Cool.
Got it.
Doable. Yeah. By the way, Addy actually did correct me. That thing I just told you about plus lemon juice.
Okay.
Mayo, ketchup, a little bit of mustard, chopped pickle, salt, pepper, chili powder, and lemon juice. And if you want, get a little spicy, take an onion and zest that shit. And then tell Five Guys to go fuck itself.
Yami says, with all the horribleness in this world, it's important to know and remind myself that I can run into Jackie's arms as she calms me down and reminds me that it's life and it'll be okay. That I brighten not only hers, but everyone's day. It's true. The thing is life is wonderful and beautiful. The world is terrible, but life is beautiful. So as long as you're still trying to live your best life, you'd be all right. Oh, wow. Really? Hang on. Olive is apparently going to be here in town for the Whitaker block party.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Holy shit. Well...
When is that thing, by the way?
It's Saturday the 3rd.
Oh yeah, I am making it.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking crazy. You're bringing Celeste? Don't bring Nathan the body pillow. You'll have a body pillow here. So, ignore me. Larry says, cancel my previous request. He did have a previous request. He says, here is Patrice laughing as they play the up and down game with Bobo, where he gets hard when you talk about girls and loses his boner when you talk baseball. Miss that laughter. Let's watch some Patrice. That'll cheer everybody up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of retarded.
Yes, Alex, we know. Jable says, refrigerate your butter for preservation, but get a fucking butter dish. It's a game changer. Yeah, I don't keep all of my butter in the fridge. I will pull one out and put it in the butter dish.
Yeah, the butter that you're using needs to be warm and in a dish, because in addition to being easier to spread, it also makes it so that it continues culturing in the room temperature, getting more and more buttery in its flavoring as it goes. Your toast will be godly by the end of that stick.
Does she want to take you to a motel after?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, of course. I bet you that she'd slide those little thong panties.
That's really quiet. Hang on, let me see if I can fix this. Hang on. In order to fix this, I have to do this. Open my volume.
Blair time knows what we're talking about.
I got-
As an increasingly fat guy myself, I feel you, bro.
and
Does she want to take you to a motel after?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, of course. I bet you that she'd slide those little thong panties off to a motel.
Does she wear a bra?
Yeah, but you know what I might do to get her the next time I'm at the Stress Factory? I might get her one of those, you can take me that thing. You can say she can take me to the Stress Factory. You have to get
Yankees are doing very well this season, huh?
Yeah, but we all know A-Rod's going to be batting.
Here it goes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter though. At this point, we're what, 5.5 games up? Did they win?
I think they did.
It's awful again.
You can say
about 3.
You guys speak to me at the end of October, then tell
All
me how
right.
the Yankees did.
All
The
right.
thing is this, though. Guys like that are the ones that always get the girls. And here you are, you're in the Crusader. And you're starting to have problems like that with this chick. And it's like, what? You know that if you got her alone, like if she would just trust you to get her alone, dude, you could get that bra off.
Oh,
those
man.
big giant
I'm telling
tits
you,
will come out,
I
and you could
sometimes
soak
wonder
those-
if she's gonna be in, if she's gonna be
She
in
has
this.
big, I think she has big nipples, man. If you got her shirt on, big nipples.
Go.
Yeah, of course he does.
Those big nipples would probably be really fun to soap up and pinch a little bit. Yeah, and you could probably put your dick between them.
I think I felt something move.
Wow.
From what I can tell, you could 1/4 tit fuck him.
Would you tit fuck her though if you could?
Yeah, I would.
You would?
I would. I would.
Show us on Pat.
There it is. There it is.
This is the fucking. I'm telling you. I have to sit home and wonder where this has to rank in the top 5 most unbelievable things I've never seen anything.
That's pretty good.
See, to me, it's a weird thing because everybody knows Opie and Anthony now, but to me, that was like they were the local Boston afternoon DJs I'd hear when I'd like get out of school.
Okay. Okay.
I'd call in. I put in like music requests. I talked to both of them a few times back, and then they got fired for first they had Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Whip 'em out.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
what you do, you'd write or put a sign up in your car that said "Wow." Yeah, and this is like early camera phone days. And when you were on the highway, typically, or wherever you were driving, if you were in traffic, if there was a girl who saw it and knew what the gag was, she'd just whip out her tits and flash you. And then if you sent that picture to them, they'd love it. And it caused a couple accidents in Boston.
Wow.
And then they had their then they got fired because they reported on April Fool's Day that Mayor Tom Menino of Boston had died.
Oh no!
And the whole city lost its shit, and so they got fired, and then got picked up later. But I hope Anthony Cumia enjoys fighting with a Japanese jazz metal band for monetization on the 230 views this video is gonna get on YouTube.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Okay, so next up, and probably gonna be our last guest because we got actually a bunch of stuff that came in too that we gotta watch. But we still have. We still have an article we gotta read.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's get it.
That makes me happy. That next article.
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes me pretty happy too. Hello, Wrath. What's up, buddy?
What's up, homie?
Mr. Wrath.
Mr. Wrath.
Watch, everybody jumped out, and he's not actually even here.
All right, I gotta.
Wrath, oh no, baby. Come on back to me, baby.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Wasn't Lewis Black arrested? I don't think Lewis Black was arrested for a while, Larry.
Help audio. Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
He's having trouble with his audio.
That's not good.
That's okay.
It's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine. I'm not even mad. It's fine. It's fine, whatever. It's fine. It's cool.
I'm not even hungry.
No, me neither. No, me neither.
Only got slightly less of a mustache than my last girlfriend.
I love refrigerators.
Directed by Cool Cat. Do you? Like you forgot to add in the, oh yeah, you can come here and get it.
I love refrigerators.
So there was this guy in my town called Mr. Appliance. I think his business is still open. I'm not quite sure. But Mr. Appliance would do some of the best fucking commercials known to man. I mean, these were fucking excellent. I want to share one with you.
I love refrigerators.
Yeah, Jables is trying to help Wrath figure stuff out. But yeah, let's go.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh no.
Yep.
Get a great appliance from Mr. Appliance. Whoa!
I don't have enough refrigerators to make that promo. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm so glad like somebody has been cataloging all of these. These are amazing. Here's another one. They're just awful. They look like
beautiful.
They look like they're directed by like a 7th grader, maybe.
Or a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Mr. Appliance can fix any appliance, even faulty washers, pesky dryers, and freezers from outer space.
Thank you.
The only thing bigger than my super skills is Taco Bell's new quesalupa.
Cheese in the shell.
It's gonna be so big, it might be bigger than 90-day warranties. The #1 appliance is Mr. Appliance, and the only quesalupa is Taco Bell. Whoa!
Whoa!
Directed by iDubbbz.
He even did the fucking Run the Jewels thing, like. But it was a quesalupa. Right?
I'm just wondering what. See, this is the weird shit that happens, Jeff, is like whenever we watch this weird shit, even through my circle, it shows up in my YouTube history feed, and then YouTube's algorithm decides to recommend shit for me to watch based on what we watch here.
Yami is sending us the best car commercial.
I really want a case of Lupa right now. Do they still do those?
Yeah, they do.
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars. Bad deals. Cars that break down. Thieves. If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker. You'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal, shove it up your ugly ass. You heard us right. Shove it up your ugly ass. Bring your tray. Bring your title. Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right, we'll fuck your wife. Because at Big Bill Hell, you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Big Bill Hell, home of challenge pissing. That's right, challenge pissing. How does it work? If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet, you get no down payment. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off. Only at Big Bill Hell. The only dealer that tells you to fuck off. Hurry up, asshole. This event ends the minute after you write us a check. And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Big Bill Hell's Cars. Baltimore's filthiest and exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland. Guaranteed.
Now, have we aired the classic "Ask Me" Union commercial?
I don't know. I have another VidCon story I kind of want to share.
By all
quick.
means, please.
Is that okay? All right.
Yeah.
So, do you know who Quentin Reviews is?
Yeah. For the sake of conversation, say that I don't.
He made this video right before VidCon with really bad audio, all about how much he loves ContraPoints. And you know what? Him wanting to shout out a YouTuber is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way he went about it was a little...
Was he salivating a lot?
Kinda. Yeah, and using a really cringy voice modulator when he's like talking about the Dark Mother, and it was just a little bit much, you know. It was a little strange. So then there was some discussion going around about what was going to happen when Contra ran into Quentin.
Okay, so I was boomering hard, my bad.
Oh, hi.
Oh. Jesus Christ, I thought you started playing like the Quentin Reviews video and all he starts out with, I was boomering really bad.
Okay.
But,
so welcome Wrath. Let me finish the story real quick. So a lot of us were really curious about what was gonna happen when those two like met at the con. Well, this is what happened. Quentin posting a picture with Contra. It says best con. Now
overhand. Tell me he's hoverhanding.
You can't even see the hand, but I mean, that's a very excited young man.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit too excited, and there may or may not. And she does not look that thrilled, but she might just be really tired. She tries to be very polite to everybody. I've met Contra.
Thinking to herself like, all right, did I pack my rape whistle or did I carry it?
But I couldn't help myself. So when Izzy met Contra, he said, just met ContraPoints. Holy fuck. Didn't much time to talk to her. Absolutely love her work. Contra seems to be a bit happier. Izzy is much shorter than Contra. Good than Quentin. But Quentin's like a fucking ogre. He's huge. I had to reply this. What does she smell like asking for a friend? I couldn't help it, and I just kind of wanted to point that out, that it might be worth watching if you're addicted to this kind of stuff like I am, the ongoing drama of intrigue and sparks flying between Quentin Reviews and ContraPoints.
Well, what's the drama and the intrigue?
Well, of his unrequited love. Not dramas in like bad drama, I mean good drama.
Wow.
Good drama.
All of a sudden, I'm just... Like,
drama's not a real thing.
Just clips of Thomas the Tank Engine and various other cartoons are playing through my head to try and push that question out of the front of my mind. But that door's been open. Please, Jeff. Elaborate.
No, absolutely
Thank
not.
God.
Absolutely not.
That was me being polite.
But yes, yeah, I still never got an answer of what Contra smells like. But maybe next year. You never know.
It's gonna be like fucking Lubriderm.
I mean, is that going to be like a patron reward there, Jeff?
I
Like,
don't-
you're going
maybe.
to tell us in the hangout what she smells like next time because you're going to investigate for us?
I didn't meet her. I didn't get a chance to see her this year. I met her the year before. She's actually very, very nice. She's very nice, very polite.
You know, that's what I hear. It's really hard to live vicariously through you when you don't go through with the missions that we forget to tell you about till after.
I know, and like there was a bunch of people who were like, you know, everything's been really calm. We're kind of counting on you to have controversy this year, and I failed, man. I really failed. I almost had another epic gamer moment. I did. I was this close, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make a scene. I'm just gonna enjoy myself and have a great party.
With whom?
I'm not telling you. I'm absolutely not telling you.
You're telling me.
No. Well, I'll tell you in
yes,
private.
you are.
I will to make sure nobody thinks it was not Dick Masterson. Actually, I met Dick again. I met him before. I met him on Friday night, and we got along totally fine. So it wasn't Dick. But
Why would anyone stand up on their words? I mean, that's so old-fashioned.
So
Whatever.
Nick, I think what happened was he ran into Dragon Force and accidentally slapped the guitarist's ass like he was
Thought about it.
just speculating.
Thought about it.
'Cause, oh my god, dude, that hair. I don't know how to deal with you, Nick. It freaks me.
Why?
Well, first of all, you're older than me, and I've been shaving my head for like 5 years, so it's partially.
Well, don't feel too bad. The rest of my life is a trash fire. I just happen to have a really good set of hair. And it hides the fact that this beard is, well, patchier than the White House press secretary's transparency record. That was a stretch. I know.
That was so much of a stretch. Even like yoga people don't want to try to rep.
See, I should have gone with something like yoga.
Can anybody else actually decipher what's happening on Twitter anymore? My God, this looks like trash.
Oh, that's why I use TweetDeck. That's why it just comes through as trash via what people say.
That's fair. Yami Detention says, thanks for the face to be in my nightmares, all blown up and weird and just you. Well, imagine that face on top of you. Sorry, that's really mean. I'm just gonna shut up, dude.
What, Quentin?
Shh, no. I was talking about somebody that I have
Contra?
not mentioned. No, man, I would. Stop! I'm trying not to have any controversy around me, alright?
Controversy?
And yet you invite me onto the show. Okay,
I know. It's in the name, Wrath of Controversy. How are you, though? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'm good, except for my AC not really playing on the team anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man, Into the Controverse.
Oh, and so update on my non-channel. I'm probably making a new one because the whole everything that I was associated with when on that channel is just, well, y'all know, shitstorm. And
Yeah.
since I didn't have anything good to fall back on that channel, I'm kind of just over it.
It's honestly like it's good to just sort of like start fresh. I've thought about it a number of times, but then I realized, what would I be doing there? Oh, the same shit. Doesn't matter.
I think your Union Insider stuff is actually really good and like pretty inspired, Nick. I think you should do.
Okay,
more
but let
of
me give you a real strong piece of advice from a professional YouTuber. The quality and content of your videos doesn't matter.
No,
Not a bit.
No,
not a bit.
Oh, okay, Mark Hamill, we get it. It's only about making money. We understand.
Oh, no. I don't mean about that. I mean, if you want your channel to be successful, you need to find a good, strong, albeit usually small dick to ride for a while. And, just sort of like, ride that trend. Because if you try talking about serious matters to most of the YouTube audience, they're just going to tune out. But if you make 100 videos about why Jojo Siwa is an awful human being, oh man, you're in the gold right there.
Well, just take a bunch of screenshots of Jeff and fucking make ridiculous claims that make no sense. I mean, you've got a
that ship has sailed
right next to you.
That ship has
Love you,
sailed, I'm
Jeff.
afraid.
That ship has kind of actually sailed. I'm kind of immune to it at this point.
I'm gonna have to convince everyone that like Chris Raygun is like a notorious Al Qaeda opiate trafficker.
I think that ship has sailed too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think people.
His criminal
trying to go
history is
after
well known
Chris
at this
is,
point.
like, he's pretty much immune to it because he does so little to take himself seriously, even if he does behind closed doors.
You know, this has got a new series of gears turning slowly in my head that I'll get to 5 or 6 months from now. I need to find somebody that everybody loves that I can spend a whole bunch of time tearing down.
Mm-hmm.
Billy D's been trending good recently.
I got it. I'll try and destroy Goose Wayne. He's a hot property now.
Goose. I love Goose.
I gotta say, like, it was one of these things. I'm like, all right. I see them merging on Twitter, and he's getting like, social media presence growing. I'm like, all right, is this gonna be one of these standard modern media things where because he had one weird thing, now he's gonna blow up? But no, he's doing it right. Like, he called out Keemstar in the most effective way I could imagine. I didn't get
a chance to see what he did. What did he do to Keem?
No, he just like openly called on Keem not to be the natural piece of shit that he is, and not to spread around the links to the photos of that girl who got killed so that he could get his clicks, as though he was actually nothing more than a Gawker clone with an obsession with manscaping. And Goose got himself blocked by that bitch ass. And I saw that and I'm like, I thought you were a novelty at first, but I like you now.
He's a really sweet dude. He speaks on like he's a meme. He's a total meme lord. But like every now and then he's like, okay, like just turning it off for a little bit, guys. But I want to talk about like some men's issues that actually really do mean a lot to me. And then he has like a really, really heartfelt, serious conversation, and he goes right back to like gamer boy bathwater, like or whatever. Yeah. No, he's a fucking great guy. He's really cool. I like him.
I think Goose is honestly the right approach if you want to discuss men's issues. Is like come at it for a little bit, but like still be entertaining and not make it like you're pounding it into the wall, just like all the bedroom feminists you claim to hate, except you're acting just like them, but talking about the opposite side.
Right.
I mean, that's literally. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of friends that are big on the men's right thing, but it's fucking annoying, guys. Annoying.
Well, most of the people from like the Honey Badger set, I genuinely personally like Random Cam. I had him as a guest at my house for a week. I love the dude, and I genuinely like Karen Strawn. I've never met a sweeter chatterbox in my life. In fact, like the biggest problem you will ever encounter with Karen is that if you get her into a conversation about anything, she'll tell you 100 times how she has to go, and then 6 hours later you'll remind her of that. But
missed a flight or something.
But yeah, I mean, well, it's like any other kind of issue advocacy. Hey, let's talk about serious shit. Is people get so wrapped up in their message, and they get so reactive to things that it loses all flavor. It loses all interest.
Well, that's honestly the great summation of how I went apeshit and ended up on a Bloodsport stream for a couple of weeks before I had a breakdown and left the internet for 2 months.
Well, you did it wise, because at least you're not having to suck. At least you're not having to suck the hind teeth that Schmeckel is trying to pretend like, I never liked Jeremy Epstein. I threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. Sorry, wait, no, that's a different story, but it's similar play out. You're all right, Raph. I mean, like throughout all that shit, I'll say like you were consistently one of the best people I always considered and was happy to call friend. And if you rebrand your channel, you've got a talent for talking seriously about shit, but you've also got quite a sardonic streak through you, and I really hope you let that come out.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards doing a podcast, but I want to do so with someone who's a little less internet exposed. I've got a buddy who's really big into photography, and so what I'm trying to do is he's kind of like internet familiar with more of the Instagram influencer scene. And so you take him, you take, on the patch shitlord, and you get both of us substance enhanced, we're going to call it, and we're going to just kind of bowl through some shit. Maybe occasionally touch on news, but I really don't want to focus on that too much.
I think
the real challenge is getting him to commit to a schedule, because he's a gig guy. He rigs shit for conventions and shows.
Well, if you're gonna do, honestly, I'll tell you this: reach out if you want to do like a podcast, and not just like survive on live stream shit. Talk to Low Res Wonderbread, because all of his podcasts for Comfort Systems and movies he pre-records them so that he can make sure he's got the schedule down, and he releases on schedule. So, yeah. So something happened apparently while we were talking.
I'll talk about it right before we go off air. But Wrath, is there anything you want to shill or promote, put out there in the world, my dude?
Well, since I'm not doing anything right now, I'm just going to continue to shill for Olive, because she is the most delightfully organic thing on the internet right now.
She is the most delightfully organic thing on the internet. I agree. Big ups to Miss Organic herself, Olive Gardens.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. I really love your show, and I love that I've been able to stay in contact with you guys through all the bullshit that happened in 2018.
Nah, I feel you, buddy. I'm just happy for the same, man. You take care of yourself, all right?
Yeah, you're not bad for a Navy guy.
No.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you silly.
All right, cheers, buddy. We'll see you again soon.
See you, dude.
Peace, guys.
So fuck, man. I guess I could play this clip. It's about 14 seconds. You won't be able to hear it unless you listen to the stream, though.
I'll just catch it after then.
Okay.
It's 14 seconds.
Well, I'll explain. Yeah. And I can explain to you what happened. So, this happened apparently while we were live. Posted by Sean King, but don't let that hold it against it. But like, listen to this.
Medic screeds. Medic screeds.
So it's in only one ear. That's driving me crazy. I can't actually hear it very well.
I just listened to what I believe was a massive crowd of people chanting "Send her back."
Yeah.
Let's talk a moment about how these people are totally free thinkers and not mindless sheep following a megalomaniac in any way. No, we're gonna save the West by mindlessly chanting shit without, any real deep thought into it. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Here's the thing. So, like, the natural question is, who does he want to send back? That's Ilhan Omar, is who he's talking about. He's talking about Ilhan Omar.
And obviously and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
So for context, Ilhan Omar was a refugee from Somalia who had to flee as a child because otherwise she would have been killed.
Well, let's just keep in mind that I would put actual money down that a good portion of the people who are making that chant, who like to don that little red cap, have MAGA in their profile and probably a flag waving behind their mid-90s Mustang in their picture profile there, are probably the same people who think that it's unacceptable if we try to silence somebody or punish somebody like, Richard Spencer or Millennial Woes or JF Garape or Stefan Molyneux or any of the other actually anti-Semitic shitbags on the grounds that, like, you know, they deserve free speech, and that this refugee woman, who's not only a citizen but an elected representative, as wretched as her speech might be, is as American as yours is, you sacks of hypocritical, mindless shit. Please. I mean, if there was a moment that you could find enough KY jelly to fit that very square jaw and sloping forehead back out of your asshole in an opposite direction from which you put it into it, if you could find a way to make that work, I would applaud you for your efforts. Fuck's sake.
We live in a very strange time. I agree. How'd the gear? Alright, anyway. Anime Moon wanted us to look at Hard Gay thrusting viciously into a man's face.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually really couldn't shake that. I don't know if it's the laxatives or just the thought that people who have for ages now thumped their flabby chests screaming about free speech and how we need to not censor people, now eagerly, because their daddy said so, wants to throw people out of the country or encourage them to leave and boo them out because they express sentiments they don't like. You want to know something funny? I don't even like Ilhan Omar. I don't.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't really care for her.
Not a fan
and
at
I think
all.
I think she's full of shit. However,
she's American.
She's American. And if you elected that motherfucker, you don't get to talk shit about offensive speech ever again.
That's kind of why. That's kind of why I played the Hard Gay clip. I wanted to see, like, are you still upset? You should be. You should be still upset. You shouldn't be able to just be like, oh, I'm going to watch something really funny and forget the fact that there was actually a massive crowd that wants to throw an American out of the country because they said the wrong thing.
Yeah. I could forgive you supporting a boorish reality TV star for president because you thought he shot from the hip and spoke to you in a way that your very simple, probably drug-addled mind could understand. I could forgive that. I could forgive you completely giving up any sense of stately grace in the highest office of the land and turning the entirety of our government into one gaudy reality TV show, making me wondering when the writer's strike is going to end. I can forgive that too. But this kind of open, blatant hypocrisy simply so that you can worship the cult of identity that is this boorish, blustering fuckbag of a president that we have right now, simply so he can own the libs. No, you don't get to get away with that. And I swear to Christ, if anybody tries to say how somebody else was worse, they're not in office right now.
Nope.
Have a good night.
Bye, everybody. See you Friday.
And obviously and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.